Hey, Steve here. We've had a lot of emails and requests from when we released 6 or 2 staking only a week or so ago on how to use it, what's the best tools to be using it, where should we be looking at it, how come we can't bet on every race. It just goes on and on, which is, some of these questions I never thought of when we were designing it. But today is the 24th of January, and I started this morning on some New Zealand races and Australian races. I did 24 races, took me 5 hours using a technique I haven't said before, and the profit was $114 from a $60 bank, of which I think we dipped into about $10 of it. But the thing is, you can see down the bottom there, we made $173 worth of bets for $114 profit and a 66% return on our investment. That is using the 6 or 2 staking plan and our easy bet bot deluxe. Now I use the 6 horses as the part as opposed to the 2 horses, which you can do, which will only look at the first and second favourite. The 6 horses looks at the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth horses, 6 horses. But let's see what I did and how I managed to achieve this in the 5 hours using, as I said, a small bank. If I doubled the bank, I would have doubled the profit. Okay, that's simple as that. Our very first bet of the day was $4.75. So it gives you an idea of the stakes that we're starting to outlay. Okay, this is my Betfair account for today, from the 1st to the 24th to about an hour ago. And you can see there 114.35 profit. Out of the 24 races, 13 of them were winning. All these little blue marks, these are the winning races. And the first race was at Matamata race 1, and that was, if you're looking at GMT time, that was quarter to 1 in the morning GMT time. The last one was at 5:44. Okay, I finished so that I could do this video for you and do a couple of demo races later for you. So you can see there 17, 8, 13, 30, 66 was a big win, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 losing bets before we had that one. That was our longest run of losing profit bets, was 4 today. And we are looking at the first and second favourite is where we make our money. And then the others are a backup to save some stake money for us and also to keep enjoyment. Just remember, racing is something to enjoy, and that's what the 6 or 2 staking plan does. It offers profit and enjoyment, so you get both with this bot. Then I will show you the results and how I got them. Okay, and I'll mention about the little how would you call it, little trick I do in order that I don't keep missing races if there's short priced horses in it. And then I'll do a live demo of the software and the bot in action. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. So firstly, let's have a look at the races on the Betfair account for today. Okay, so we can see here at the very start of the day, the very first race was a losing race of $1.31. Then the next race we won 6.41. So if we have a look at the next race, you can see there, here's the horses that we've got, 6 horses and the different odds. And then here's the amount of profit we made in that second race. Okay, I won't go through every race, but if we just go back in here, we can see here's another one, 8.44. And you can see there was only 2 horses here. I did actually, what happened is I put the 2 horses on and they jumped sooner than I thought. I got waylaid. So we only had 2 horses in that. And that's the only race that had 2 horses where we only backed the 2 horses. But we're fortunate that the favourite won and we made 8.44. Okay, I'm just having a bit of trouble with the screen sizes here. So, and then we went through as we went, and you can see there we had the 1, 2, 3, and over the other page was another loss. We had 4 losers in a row before we hit this race here, the Matamata race 7. where we got the winner here, which was Infer at sevens. You can see there now there was 3 horses, well, 2 at sevens and 1 at 6. This race was a little bit late. I jumped on early when Infer was the favourite, and we were lucky there because it ended up not being favourite, but that was only because the race was slightly delayed. Otherwise, may have been a different result. But still, we take the results as they come. So it's not always dead accurate that you're going to get the first favourite, but the closer you bet to the start, the better. But then again, you saw in that last race, I missed 4 horses. Okay, so we looked here, we had another loser in a winning race. Let's have a look at this race here. How come we had a winning race and then we had to so much loss here? Because the second favourite won, and in this case, the first favourite we had to have $8.63 on it, and you can see there the second favourite we had back to the default price. So the second favourite won the race before. So the favourite, we are looking at $8.36 on the favourite here, which lost. So we lost 10. Must apologise, I'm missing some of the sides here. With it 10.49, we lost on that. So what happens there? So that was the loss there. The next one was a loss. We had a slight win, a loss, and then we come up to this race here at Gosford, race 5. We can see there that we had not a bad buy, one for us at 4.10. So we got nearly $38 or $30 clear for that race. So that's how it goes. You have obviously the favourite and the second favourite don't win every race, of course, but you get enough to make a reasonable profit. Then we look at this one here, Port Lincoln. Once again, the favourite wins. We had 836 on the favourite, win clear 13. Sorry, clear 13.88. So the method is sound, the enjoyment is certainly there, and the formulas are in place for you to make a profit. Okay, so that's the results that it gave you, and that gave us 114 in those 5 hours today. The principle of the staking of the 6 or 2 staking plan is that if the first favourite wins, we make a major profit. The whole system is designed around the first favourite versus the outlay. If we do not win, then the staking plan attached to a recovery and a profit, but it's a very mild recovery. If the second favourite wins, we enjoy a profit mostly, but not always, depending on the amount that the first favours had staked. It may be quite a bit higher. The second favourite also has a staking recovery, but it is even milder than the first favourite. However, the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth favourite, they have no staking plan with them, and their stakes remain the same while the base bet is unchanged in the settings. So why have the third, fourth, and fifth favourite and sixth favourite? Well, sometimes these are returning just about what you're outlaid, especially if your first and second favourite are winning constantly, and then these lower down horses win. Sometimes you'll be surprised at the stake. I have had 151 on Sunday actually, but it wasn't the greyhounds. But it doesn't matter. It was 150 to 1. That one I only had 21 cents on it, but it paid over $20, so it was good. So the principle of the 6 or 2 staking is very sound. Now, why do we talk about the Easy Bet bot? Simply because it is a very good tool to put these bets in, to sort the favourite order from the top favourite right down quickly, and to put the bets on. You can do a whole field in under 20 seconds, which is very important if you're leaving it late when you're putting your bets on for the 6 horses. Or, of course, there is the 2 staking. If you only want to do the first and second favourites, you can use the tab on the spreadsheets for 2 horses only, or in the cloud version for 2 horses only. So it's a perfect partnership. It's the 6 or 2 staking and also the EasyBet bot. However, you don't need the EasyBet bot to use the staking, but it certainly helps. Okay, the best way to do is let's jump in and do some live um, races with the staking plan so you can see how it comes together. Okay, now I'll be doing what I normally do on two screens, and of course with the camera is a bit smaller, so it's going to be uh, sometimes a little bit out of kilter. Sometimes will be some of the shots will be missing a bit. I'm sorry about that, but it's just the geographics, if that's the right word, of running the bot and the spreadsheet on the same page, and then trying to video it with a smaller area. It just makes it a little bit harder. But let's see how we go with our live trading using the 6 or 2 staking plan. Okay. Hi. Okay, let's have a look at some live trading. What I've got now here is the spreadsheet. Whether you've got the spreadsheet or the cloud, the layout is the same. So I'm looking at a base bet of $3. First favourite objective, I want to win $3, and my commission is at 8%. I'm doing New Zealand and Australian racing, and the average is about 8%. So if you're doing UK racing, you'd obviously be looking at 5. And I'm using no rounding on my stakings because I'm using our it's straight into Betfair, so we can bet odd amounts, and we're using the bot so we can bet obviously under the £1 or $1 restrictions. So what we're looking at here in this race here is these figures here don't change. Keep them the same. You can change the top two, but I don't. I leave them as they are. And that's got my $3 objective for the favourite. And we've got here how much is the total bets. This is the staking that I should put on this race that's coming up. So the favourite will have 236, second favourite 89 cents, 54, 43, 32, and 21. So I'll be outlaying $4.75 on my first race. And if we just come over here, we can see now this is the amount of staking that I'll be using in this race, 236, 89, etc. So I'll be investing 475. So let's bring up the bot and see this race is coming up in 1 minute 46. And the thing I like about this bot is that we can sort by favourite. So if that, I've already pushed the sort by favourites, but if we have a look, we can see this one here is at 19 and that one's at 23. So we'll be looking at betting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses here. So we click sort. Okay, so now it sorts it from Coco Dreaming's the favourite all the way down. Now, from when we released it, some people said, "Oh, Steve, we're getting odds on horses or short price horses, and we don't want to bet them because you're saying we shouldn't bet $3 or under $3. What can we do?" Now, today on those figures I've shown you how I did that $114 profit is I use a trick I haven't told anyone yet. I hinted about it in the greyhounds, but in this case here, like Coco Dreaming, I would not be betting that horse because it's under it. So what I would do is I'd go straight to the second favourite would be this one, Blood, third, fourth, fifth. So I'll be omitting this one. So so all we do is we click on the horse that we want. I've got to do this quickly because of the race. So I know it's 180. It's 86 cents, 53. These are the stakings that are in that spreadsheet. I know them off by heart, obviously, because I do it all the time. 0.43. And you may be amazed saying, well, the small piddly stakes. But it's from that small stakes that I did in those 24 races that I did the profit of today on. And those other profits that you've seen, I haven't been using this tweak. Okay, so that's the last one there. That's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 horses in this race. We're ignoring the favourite. So if we go back to the spreadsheet, in the favourite here, which is the top position, if I go to non-runner, you will see that here, see the amount to bet is 0.0. Okay, so we've admitted that. So now we're only spending $2.39 on this race coming up. So let's go back to the bot and see what's happening with this race.
Force very wide and in restricted room. Favourite in a bit of hot water here as they come to the turn. Lord Bob Deep Finesse the first two. Behind them Canada Bay. Gee Whiz Johnny looking for a run. Navy Blood keeps responding. Then came Reva D'Amour down the running. 75 to go. Coco Dreaming's too far back. Navy Blood's hit the lead. Got away from a wall of runners. It's Navy Blood clear of Reva D'Amour running home well, but Navy Blood beat Reva D'Amour.
Okay, so in that race was the winner was Navy Blood, so the results have gone already. So if we go down to here, Navy Blood, we got it at tens and we had 53 cents on it. Okay, so we'll go over to our spreadsheet. So it was the third favourite. Just double check. Should have taken notice. So it was the third favourite. So we come down here to the third favourite, which is along here. Now you can fill the names and events in, but it's just that I was doing it at speed today, and as we're going from race to race, I don't fill it in like I did, like you could see on the sheet previous days. But today I was doing 2 or 3 things, so I didn't have time to write them all in. But we go to that in the result column, we put the winner, and we come over. So we know we invested 54 cents on it, and we just move this over a bit more. I'm just working in a restricted space. Normally I use my second. We do here is we put in the price bet. So we got 10 for it. We just click the next one. So you can see there on this horse, minus our stake, we made 486. And we can scroll down here and you can see on the race now, we made $2.77 profit on the race for our outlay. And the total goes up now to 117.52. So so that's how we do it, and that's a classic case of where I exclude the favourite, and in this case, the favourite lost. So all we need to do now is we move this over, move the screen over a bit. This is a bit tricky, and all we do now is add next race, add new race, and you can see down the bottom the new race appears, and we've got the amount to bet on each one. You can see there the second favourite has jumped up to $1.14. We'll be betting on the second favourite. In the last race, it was 89p cents. The first and second favourites amounts that we bet change, and the rest of them don't change. Okay, so they are locked in. The third, fourth, and fifth and sixth favourite, those stakings are locked in while you're using these settings here. You change these settings. Just for example, if we change the base set to 6 and the first favourite to 6, okay, you would have seen there that today, we just scroll over, you can, first of all, you'll notice the amounts that we're betting has jumped. Now we're going from 21 cents for the sixth favourite to 43 cents. But you would also notice that obviously we would have made $211 today, and we would have spent $355 in turnover by increasing the base bet and that. Now keep in mind we did this with 3 and 3, so we were very, very low in our targets. Okay, so you can see there now that's the new race coming up. The reason is that because we haven't put any bets on here yet. Let's just have a quick look at the bot. Settings. So what have we got now? What's the time? Next race coming up is Gosford. Gosford. Okay, so here's the next race at Gosford that's already been run, so that's so good. That's the one we just watched. Sandown is in 2 minutes. Okay, so we click on the Sandown race and you can see here it's in saddle order. Okay, so it's not the favourite on top. So if we click sort by favourite, you can see here now the favourite comes up, which is Lido, and you can see there is paying $4.50. So we've got our races sorted. It's about a minute and a half to go. I usually like around, I usually give myself from the minute mark onwards. And because the favourite is over 3, we'll be betting the full 6 horses in this race here. And how much will we be betting? Well, if I just scroll over, we'll be betting on the favourite 486, on the second favourite $1.14, 54, 43, 32, and 21. So we'll be outlaying $7.50 on this race coming up. So let's bring the bot back up. Okay. So we click on there. I'll just bring these over. So the first horse we're putting 486. Remember, it's the top 2 in the betting that we're doing all that business with. This one here, 114, 54. Now I'm betting on the last set of figures because that is below what the current rate is, but I don't want to be missing out on a price move. So I take the third lowest price here. And you can see our bets are going on down the bottom here. And the last one had 12 to 1 degree of difficulty. And that is all the bets put on. And we've just, the race is running a few seconds late. I'll just go and check it.
Javelins out of the gate.
They're loading them up now, so we'll come back in a sec.
4 for Sheridan Clark.
We can see the prices live here changing because the green up here is showing you that they're in racing. So you can see exactly what's happening now. And we can see that the favourite is coming in. And so is the third favourite, so it looks like a bit of a battle. And looks like Scully might be going on to win this. Devil Delight right in there. Let's just bring the race over.
And here comes Scully. Scully on the outside, sprinting quickly after Kaido. Scully as quick as a flash.
There's Scully. Scully goes on to win it. So we do have Scully, but obviously not on our first 2 in betting. So you can see they're paying $5 that. Let's just see what we're getting on Betfair. So Scully here was I think we had 5.30 and we had 54 cents on it. So as I said, don't mock the small amounts. So once again, the third favourite. So we go into the third favourite. We put win and we put 5.30 in there. And you can see now if I just scroll this up.
And he's been able to win from a photo finish. Devil's Delight. I don't know where they go to the drawing board with him now. He's been very ordinary in the straight his last 2 runs, and today.
Okay, so I put the 5.30 in the price, and you can see there then that we lost $4.64 on this race, and our total at the moment now is 112.88. So we've got a race coming up from Doomben in a minute. I'll just check it. Let's have a look on the spot.
And that's been a flashy type win by the victor. They went 57.24
and Doomben.
Both races, the overall time was the same. Now, what's run second here? This is very tight. Kaido was going to run second, but degree of difficulty's got a lunge on the line, and I'm not sure.
Okay, we've got a really short price horse in here. So I would not be doing this race. I wouldn't even be looking at ignoring it because you've got 5 horses in there and anything can happen. So I wouldn't be doing that race. Move on to the Port Lincoln race.
Chances galore in the race, chances galore turning the bend, but he just put them away in one stride with a Scully does the job and wins.
Okay, this looks like a pretty wide open race. We can see there, not much, 3,600 in the market, 11 minutes to go. So we'll come back to this race closer to the start, and we'll just do one more live demo for you. Thanks. Just going to have a beer. Okay, that long odds on favourite in that Doomben race did win, so good race to miss out on. Okay, now we're looking at this Port Lincoln race, only a minute, just under 2 minutes to go, and we can see now, we did a sort before, but we can see now I Need a Drink, which was down at fourth favourite, is just about come up to favourite, or is vying for favouritism. So what we do is click the sort button again, and here we are. We've got Diamonds Are at 480 and Need a Drink. Well, this is so close at the moment. We can see 10 and 10 and 11 and 13. So it's very close at the moment. So we'll just wait a little bit longer. And we'll have a look at what we're going to be staking on this race. So we need to add a new race over here, add a new race. So we've got this new race added, and we can see here that we're looking at $8.36 on the favourite, $1.39 on the second favourite, and our default 54, 43, etc. on the remaining horses in the top six. So we will bring up the bot. And do another sort. There's 30 seconds to go. So Diamonds Are is going to be our top bet. So we put on our 836, $1.39 on I Need a Drink. On the heavily bet. And then just our default prices, 54, 43, 32. Some people say, well, why do you bother going right down to these low price horses? Well, A, they give you an interest if you're doing it for entertainment, which a lot of people are, but also you don't need to. You can, if I bring up the spreadsheet, we've got our bets on here at the moment. If we bring up the spreadsheet and we go to 2 horse, we can do it just the favourite and the second favourite, so you don't have to worry about all those others. So you can use this option here, the second or third, second horse option, or what we're using at the moment, which is the 6 horses. Okay, so they're loading up the gates, get ready for this Murray Bridge one. So you can see Diamonds Are is coming a bit, and the green means they're off and racing. 1750 race, so it'll take a little bit. So we'll come back in a minute or so.
Has a big margin still on Arso and I Need a Drink. Rochelle Milnes has run them into the ground here on I Need a Drink. Makes it 3 for the day.
Okay, so our second favourite there, I Need a Drink. We had $1.39 on it at sixes. That is the one that won the race. So we just come down, and so the second favourite here, the result is win. We come over to the price box and we put $6, which is what the odds were. So you can see now, oops. So we can see there that we got $6.95 off I Need a Drink. However, over the whole race, we lost $2.91. So there's our total profit for the day at the moment is 109. So we've lost a few dollars profit in this 3-race demo. We've got another race coming up in 9 minutes. So just let's have a quick look. my home tracks. So we've got an odds on here. So we won't bother carrying on, but you can see there the principle of how it works. It's quite quick once you know what you're doing, and with the bot, I mean the Easy Bet bot. This is only a very small fraction of what the Easy Bet bot can do. You can you can do pre-programmed bets, so you could. If you've got a couple of horses running later in the day and you don't want to veer around, you can actually program them in. Like, say, for example, in this race here, you might want to say you want a certain horse, you might want running time, so you can put running time in, put the minimum and maximum price that you're prepared to accept, hit down program a bet, and then that when that race comes around, the bot will look at it. If the horse is between that price range, it will place the bet. Those are the sort of things that you can do with the Easy Bet bot. It's got a lot of things you can do with it, and it's great to be able to have the to get the freedom from not having to sit around and watch the races if you can pre-program them. But once again, having said that, if you're using 6 or 2 staking plan, then it's very fast to get your bets on. I must apologise that it's a bit disjointed. Is that what I'm showing you? I normally do on 2 screens. It's comfortable to do on 1 screen, but when you're doing 1 screen and filming it in a smaller box, you're often missing some of the data outside the camera range. So I must apologise for that. But I did want to give you an example of a live thing to show you exactly how it works. As I said, I managed to do about 115 profit today in the 5 hours. Okay, after I finished the video, I did go on and do a few more hours trading and ended up with 159, 158 profit on the horses, lost a little bit on the greyhounds, but all in all, a pretty good day using the 6 or 2. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you see some merit in it and can add to your punting, then jump on the website 6or2.com, and we'd love to see you join us. Thanks.